if I heard it, if you like, you know, like I would know it if I heard it. You feel me?
Yeah. I can look in my catalog and see what I catalog. Crap.
We'll get started in like 5 minutes. All right, let's just get this thing started. Hi, I'm Gabby. I'll be your host for tonight because our lovely Just John is at a concert of his own. We support, we love him. His album just came out. If you want to go take a listen to it, it's called A Love Story, out on all platforms. Yes, I will shamelessly plug him. Right. Also, a few housekeeping things. Sign up for Remind if you haven't already. Check the Blue app. That's BLUA 81010. That's 81010. What else is there? We have. Oh yeah. Make sure to tune in to our IG live workshops Mondays, Thursdays, and I believe Wednesdays too. And with that said, let's get started. Who wants to go first? Ashley, I know you've been here for a while. You want to go first?
You put me on the spot like that. It's cool. It's cool. Okay, here's one I wrote not too long ago while in my writing class because I was bored. It's called A Fairy Tale Looked At in Fractures. I don't know if I already did this one or not, but here it is. In one version, the story goes: once upon a time, a prince saves the princess after he convinces her to take his hand in marriage, for he was trained to become king, and a king knows he is nothing without a queen. In another, a princess saves herself, uses her guile and grit to manipulate her situation, and then a prince who is trained to become king takes credit for her rescue after he convinces her to take his hand in marriage, but she manages to flee, for she knows a queen will always be more powerful when she has no king. In the third, a prince finds a princess and they work together, his strength and her guile, to win her the freedom she craves. The prince was trained to become king, and so he convinces her to be his queen, for he knows a king is nothing without a queen at his side. She accepts and realizes too late that she was born to be a queen either way, and a queen is always so much more powerful without a king by her side. So she runs away, finds an enchantress, and rules her country with a woman who's got magic in her bones. In one more version, she uses all her guile and grit and manipulates her way out of entrapment. She meets the prince who was trained to become king, and she rejects him when he tries to make her his, because they both know a king is always more powerful with the queen but is by his side. But she knows a queen is always weaker with a king on her throne. He leaves. She finds out she's got magic in her bones, learns to become a witch and a queen, and never apologizes. She rules her kingdom by herself, no man nor woman at her side, and she unlearns the word princess, teaches herself goddess, learns herself immortal. She is no longer a damsel in distress, but a goddess, a witchy enchantress, and a queen.
All right. Wow, I really love that concept that you go up with. Just the idea of the same story but fractured, that's just real interesting. I love that. Thank you for sharing. Does anybody else have something to say? Does anybody else have something they want to say? Girl, you got something you want to say?
I think it was beautiful. The way she wrote it is just so I heard some lines I repeated, but I'm I love the way her thought process was through the whole thing. Like she becomes a princess that doesn't want to become princess, then the whole idea just goes out the window, and it's just crazy. It's like a movie.
It was dope. It was dope. All right. So thank you, Ashley. Snaps for you.
Guys, I love feedback.
So who wants to go next? Rodnisha, Matthew, Jarrell, which one of you will it be? Y'all did not just go off camera. Jarrell, you want to go? All right.
I have something I need to do. Hold on. Pants. What's your So I actually do have something new. So this is called the search. Throughout my life, I've been searching for a better me. But somehow, at the same time, I became lost within the search for me. Like being lost at sea with a broken compass, I became unaware of who I was or was trying to be. I would try so hard to be different just to seek approval from others because deep down I really thought that I would it would bring the most happiness to me. But never once did I sit down in the mirror and say, stop trying to be so hard to be someone you're not. I never realized that little conversations with yourself can be so helpful. But at the same time, no one's ever gave me a book on how to live this life. So how was I supposed to know how to act the right way? Honestly, for me, there was never a right or wrong way to do something. I just always had a feeling of but I always have a feeling of being left in the dark. The one thing about the society that I have yet to understand is that why are we also made fun of when we don't understand something as individuals? Like if I'm wrong, all that I ask for you to do is educate me. Don't sit there and belittle me because I act differently than what you do yourself are used to, are seeing. And this is one of the many reasons why I have problems with being who I am. Because the society looks at me and sees a weirdo, a freak, and someone who that and that one of the many reasons why I'm still searching for that the me that I would happy to be me. But as of right now, I currently don't know who I am anymore.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Um,
I adored that.
yeah. I mean,
I love the feedback.
it resonated. Like, we're all searching for ourselves. We all don't know who we are. Or well, at least most of us. I don't know about everybody. I know some
I
people know who they
mean,
Gotta be
you're not
close. Gotta
wrong.
be.
I loved that poem, especially because it ended just so strong. Like
I had to. My poems are always meant to leave the mind in awe.
to
I
really
love
hit
that.
home. And I love that because so often I'll like hear poems and it's just like they're really good, but then by the end it's just like you can tell someone was just kind of trying to continue it. And they didn't know
Yeah.
how to do it, or like they hit it, but just like it was almost there. But like I love your poems because they really just they hit home by the end.
Aww. Oh, you're so sweet.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you. Snaps for Jarrell. Radnisha, do you want to go?
I'm good. I didn't come to perform. I just came to support.
Okay, 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 okay.
Can I go again?
Yes, I was about to ask who wants to go again. Jarrell, can you
Part
push that?
two. I got
Part
you
two, part two.
already. I didn't expect it to be this fast, but um, I'm gonna give you a poem that I personally love the best. Um, I don't know if I did this before, but I'm gonna try this again. Wait, hold on 1 second. I think I'm gonna do this one. Where is it? Oh, here it is. It's called "Look at the Way We Live." If we all sat back and took the time out of our busy day to look at the way we live, will we change our ways or not even look at the next thing we did? Will we come together like civil rights or not even care when another kid dies in the heat of the night? A girl kills herself after Instagram poll. In the end, did the village take its toll? Because in the end, did we really, really ever ask ourselves, what are we really searching? What are we actually living for? The world rather share the blame and share the pain. Let me be the first to ask you, are you ready to make the change? Or are you going to be like the rest and point the finger in shame? Will you be like water and stay calm, or will you continue to rage on? Just know you will not stay long. The truth is, you and I are not singing the same song, because if you did, you would help me sing along. All along, we really stood united, stood divided, but we really need to be more united. The world is emotionless, but I just never told you this. Is this how we want to raise our kids? That we need to stay away from distractions. Wait, no, sorry, keep the line. Oh, we need to teach them that reaching them that life isn't about a home screen. That they need to stay away from distractions, listen to our actions, do the right thing, and try to follow their dreams no matter what it might be. This isn't how it's supposed to be because the world is emotionless. But I just never told you this. But this is the only way I could say. Are you going to let these words go astray? Or are you going to be like the leader I am today and find a better way? It's up to us to wake up and look at the way we live like I did. Come on, I'll show you the way back to bring back a better day.
When you said the world is emotionless.
What can I say? Like, what? What can I say?
You got another one, Ashley?
I mean, always, you know. This one's called "Poets Shouldn't Fall in Love."
Ooh.
Love that title.
Oh, that title hit me. I'm like,
that,
yo.
Right. Yeah, I don't even have to do the poem. It already fired.
That was fire.
So here it goes. They say you should not fall in love with a poet. They give you warnings of how our words are like peacock feathers, beautiful yet weightless for their size. They warn you about how we can write love into existence to a point we forget if it's you we love or the poems we write about you. And I'm not saying they're wrong, because they are not. But they did forget to warn poets not to fall in love with people. Forgot to warn poets their passionate souls should not fall because we fall too hard and love too much. Forgot to warn poets that love to us is ever fleeting. Soon we force lovers to turn into similes because it's the closest we can get to smiles on paper. We take metaphors and morph them into hearts, and eventually we will write sonnets of you in place of the real deal. But usually we do not do it on purpose. And soon those sonnets and similes become the only tangible part of you we can still touch. So here it is to all those poets. Here's the warning label they forgot to put on you when your heart put on your heart after they produced it back at Hearts for Angels Incorporated. Warning. Passionate hearts like this one may be fragile. To keep safe, please do not fall in love. For optimum function, please keep heart out of the hands of the following: artists, poets, actors, scientists, engineers, mathematicians, technicians, ordinary people, extraordinary people, or any other form of human life. The disregard of this warning may result in broken hearts. Symptoms include self-blame, regret, insecurities, shame, guilt, silent crying at night, new poems, and in rare case, physical chest pains, usually due to the feeling of your heart literally breaking, or anxiety from seeing triggers that remind you of him or her, and more depending on each heart. Now, everyone may suffer each of these symptoms or totally different symptoms. It all depends on the heart you've got. If you experience any of these symptoms, I regret to inform you, you cannot purchase a new one. However, time may heal you enough for the pain to subside a bit. However, there is no guarantee that your heart will heal. And in the likely case you fall again and your heart breaks, just remember, time gives way for acceptance. Acceptance of the fact love will hurt. Will hurt sometimes. Will allow you your healing process. Sorry. Acceptance of the fact love will hurt sometimes will allow your healing process to begin. And that's it.
Wow. First of all, dope concept.
I
Dope
mean, no, because
title.
I literally heard people say like you shouldn't fall in love with like writers and shit. And I'm just okay.
I mean,
As a writer, I can't take offense, but honestly,
that was dope. I love that.
I got another one if y'all want to hear it.
Would y'all mind if I share one?
Yeah, go ahead.
And then Jarrell can go.
All right.
I know Jarrell just got poems and poems and poems.
I really know, for real, I really do. Like I could go on for days.
I mean, I could talk for days on all the pieces I have, but like,
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Okay, so this one's called Ode to Joy. It is hard to find the needle of joy in this haystack, but I want so badly to find it. Even if it pricks my fingers and makes me bleed, it would be a relief anyway. So I search, grab handfuls of sadness and anger and pain and toss them behind me. I still search, though sometimes the pain sticks to my palms like honey. Sometimes the sadness and anger both burrow under my skin like splinters, and it takes me years to get them out, years to wash them off. Sometimes there's nothing I want more than to take a matchstick to the haystack and watch it burn. Watch the smoke curl up, 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 and kiss the sky goodbye. I think joy might be like fire, how it runs through cities and forests and people, lights them up like fireworks, does not stop until it's burned so hot the sun has finally found a rival in it. Maybe joy is like fire, because once the dead leaves are burned and we are back at ground zero, there is room for growth, room for newness and beauty. Maybe joy burns out too quickly, a spark that lasts a second, but who cares how long it lasts if it grabs my hand and laughs in the face of my anger and my pain and my sad, laughs in the face of my empty. Maybe it is brave to be happy when the world wants so badly for me to hurt. A form of resistance so simple, so resplendent, no one can dim it or put it out sometimes. Finding joy is like finding a needle in a haystack, stacked so high you cannot see the top or the end, but maybe if I find it, it'll stitch the holes inside my heart, my brain, my body until I am no longer a gaping wound, until there's nothing else but me and my joy burning the haystack down.
I turn on mic.
All right. So, next up to the mic, we got Jarrell.
Again!
what a surprise! You really had me there.
I know. You didn't see that one coming.
She was like, who is it? Who is it?
Is it someone I knew? I was just like,
So, I'm debating between this poem called The Heart of a Rare Woman or uh, 90s kind of poem, 90s kind of love. Which one y'all want to hear?
what was the second one called?
90s kind of love.
90s kind of love or rare woman?
The Heart of a Rare Woman.
Preach votes for 90s kind
Any,
of.
mini, miny, mo, please.
I'm kind of love.
Okay, so y'all want to hear. So what's the vote?
Both?
90s.
You want to hear both? Okay.
I mean, I'm all about hearing creative minds, man.
All right. Let me just give you something y'all haven't heard before. Both of these you haven't heard before, but this one's a little special. So I'm gonna start with The Heart of a Rare Woman. The Heart of a Rare Woman. There's something special about the way the heart of a real woman beats. It's so captivating in the way that it beats, the way that it speaks to a man's soul. It's part of the reason why he would never want to leave. The heart of a real woman is more unbreakable than diamonds and a Cuban link chain. It goes together like with the heart of a man, better than peanut butter and jelly. Or how Max rightfully compliments cheese. its most what mischievous thing is how her heart is able to hold a man tighter than an infant holds his mother, and how its beauty will bring the strongest of men to their knees. It will make them truly believe that God is a real woman. See, the heart of a man, the heart of a woman will bring you back to life better than CPR. It will never hurt you, let you down. A man, it's like a man's best friend. I believe that if it could speak, it would say things like, I got you. Not like these other women claim they do. I got you like if you were in the desert and you needed me, I'll be your waterfall. You will never need a second guess, my love, because the love that I have for you will be there better than you just the Jackson 5 song. And if you're scared that you won't be sufficient enough to handle the love this strong, I will pick you up and carry you towards this love because you are the one that I see, because you are what makes my heart, what it's supposed to be. That's it. And y'all said you want to hear 90s love.
Yeah. But can I just say, like, I loved that line where you, like, in a desert, I would be your waterfall. And, like, how you compared her heart to, like, a werewolf. Like, I really liked that.
That was the way.
It was.
Gabby, any thoughts before I move on?
I mean, I thought it was really interesting. I think that it's very relatable in terms of like a lot of people feel like there's a lot of people out there and they don't really give themselves 100%, and it's like, why would you do that if I'm giving you 100, right?
That's true.
I thought it was relatable. I thought it was good.
So the next poem is 90s kind of love. I need that 90s kind of love. Back when things were more real, when there was no mobile phones, the closest thing there was to a text was a letter that you gave to a cute girl across the room saying you like me, and then you would circle yes or no. That 90s kind of love where you would ask the father if you could take his daughter out on a date, and if you needed to be back at 8 o'clock 8 o'clock on the dot, or you wouldn't see the next day. A 90s kind of love where there was no question in a person's loyalty because it was there like that famous Jackson 5 song back when the dates were just dates and there was no such thing as Netflix and chill. There was no what are we gonna do after the date? Listen, the closest thing you were gonna get to after the date was a kiss at the front door, and you were lucky enough to even get that at the end. I want that 90s kind of set you free love, that throw your rocks in your bedroom kind of love, that play the favorite song on the guitar just to see that girl smile kind of love. Back when there was no any amount of mansions or Lamborghini you would ever buy to prove that you love her kind of love. All you would need was that rose and a box of chocolates, and you were all set. The point I'm trying to make here is that we all need to go back to the 90s love, where it was where truly about loving the person with your whole heart, not just for the selfish things you had desired. It was about real love with the soul, not with the mind. So let's go back to the 90s where things were more special, irreplaceable, a time where the love was more real.
Love that. Love that.
Love that.
On that note, I mean, I have a poem, but you know.
Let me ask Matthew if he wants to go first. Matthew, you want to go? Want to perform? You got something for us? Or are you just here for let me know. Okay, you're just here for support. Awesome. Cool. So, Ashley.
This is called Medusa Grows Up. So here. I am 5 and I wear my hair natural and long in all its curly coils. It's a living thing all its own, wild and untamed. I am proud of these curls like minotaur horns and waves like oceans lapping at the sandy shores. I do not notice those who stare at my unkept lion's mane like I've somehow turned them to stone. I am 8 years old, and their words are like poison. Eventually, I develop a tolerance to it, but it doesn't let me forget how they call me the monster. As they glare at me with stone cold eyes, they wish my hair to be tamed, for the light in my eyes to go out. They do not realize how it hurts. Not just me, but the slithering coils atop my head. I am 16 and I have long since learned how cruel the world is. I no longer let my ambitious curls loose into this world. Instead, I have learned how to iron out all my snakes so that others find them less threatening. No longer do I laugh and joke and run around the world with a lion's mane. Instead, I walk through this claustrophobic hall, the claustrophobic halls of this labyrinth of rules society has made, with the hissing still in my ears, but it is no longer the strangled burnt asps that fall down my shoulders in cascades of silent songs they no longer sing to me. I had that one, and then I had one more if I can do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hold on, I lost it.
While you're looking for that, I just wanted to say, you have some really dope concepts. Like really interesting.
Like sometimes I'm a little jealous of what you come up with. I'm like, yo,
Right.
that's kind of dope.
I'm jealous of y'all, man.
Please.
Okay, here it is. It's called Gaia, like the Mother Earth sort of thing. So here it is. People think you a sweet Mother Nature, but they forget that even Mother Earth has her bad days. They walk all over you, killing you with each step, and they become surprised when you shake in rage and cry in pain and bring natural disasters that are not their idea of beautiful. But don't worry, because Mother knows best, and one day they will know they should have listened to you when you told them to stop harming you in very distinct and clear ways. And that's it for now.
That was dope. That was dope. I ain't gonna cap. Can I do another one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ah man, I'm loving this. The more I do, the better I feel. So I don't know. Oh, I got this one. Y'all haven't heard this one yet, so I'm gonna call this one When I Met You. When I met you, words can describe how I felt on the inside. All I knew that I needed to know what your voice sounded like, just so I could play it back like my favorite song I have on repeat that I wouldn't want to get tired of hearing. Realizing that your voice was the only harmony that I ever wanted to hear over and over again. The first time I looked at you, I saw the next 60 years go by in a blink of an eye. Within that moment, I thought, could we grow old together? My dream with you is to see years go by, but to make it feel like it was only yesterday that we just met. You were rose like the morning sun, your eyes the color of the wind. You desert you ascended on like you were descended on me like rope like rose petals from the sky. Whenever you leave, you are the closest thing to a definition of a real woman that I so much that I never find my can't even find you in the dictionary. I wouldn't even bother searching there. The only thing I would able to do is to search of ways I could go beyond remembering just your middle name to just how you look in the morning, to how you smile. Understanding you was my commitment, even though it was hard to do. You showed me, you showed that because like I said in the beginning, the word beautiful doesn't describe You, it's like you were kissed by an angel and said to me innocently, but sweet to a point that love was your only job, and I was trying to apply it for it any way I knew possible. When meeting you, I didn't know how to feel or what to say because the first word that came out of my mouth was hello. My hello sounded more like goodbyes, mainly because I didn't know if I was going to see you again, or if your love was just another illusion I was just trying to get myself out of. Um, I wanted you to be my truth in my forever, so I placed in you. I wanted a forever placed on your lips as we danced innocently with our hearts pressed against one another. For you, being the better man wasn't enough. For you, for you, my world had to turn yours. You were the closest thing of heaven that anyone would want. But my only problem is I haven't met you yet.
Yo, I'm over here thinking like you have a poem to this amazing girl, and then I'm just like, oh, he has not met her. Like that was such a twist, but I adored that piece. Like you really should not be jealous of me, sir.
That was a really good twist. It was a really good twist.
I kinda did meet the one, just so y'all know. She's kinda everything, and she's like my future wife. Just saying, just saying.
I'm so happy for you.
Me too.
Like, I'm ready to hype up. But also,
I wrote numerous poems about her. If y'all want to hear one.
I mean, love to.
Really?
Yeah, but I kind of got one.
Okay, go ahead. I won't steal your spotlight. Go ahead, girl.
You can go like right after this one because I'm just like kind of need to one up you here.
Oh, the challenge.
I would like to. I hope I do. I'm not sure. I consider all of my stuff trash until other people are like, damn, you know? So here it is. It's called The Worst Things. The most painful injuries are known to steal voices like sea witches, bring silence in ways you can't describe, leave silence in crowded rooms, leave screams and deafening tones only beasts can hear. You're left with silence around you, but your mind screams in agony. Your mouth opens, but no sound comes out. A lump forms in the back of your throat, and it chokes your pleas for it all to stop out of you. And all you can whisper is for it to please stop. It brings salty water out your eyes, oceans and oceans slip down your cheeks, and soon you realize you've started breathing underwater because you've drowned in your own tears. And it doesn't matter how hard you kick to the surface, the most painful moments make sure you never reach the shore. The most hurtful wounds shock you into paralysis, take away your ability to move, makes the world spin and time stop, turns your mind to mush, makes the pain hurt so much you go numb, makes your limbs go limp, makes your heart stop, and your lungs reject the oxygen it craves. The most harmful things render you absolutely powerless. Strip the magic from your bones, turn your feet to lead, and freeze you from the inside out. They rip the stardust from your veins and the light from your eyes, extinguish the fire in your heart, and crush your soul. The worst things in the world leave you broken in so many more ways than one. And that's it.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Oh my giving you good competition.
Wow. Again, dope concept.
That's crazy. I got another one for y'all. So, like I said, I wrote this poem. This poem I wrote for our 1 month anniversary. We've been together for 4 months now, but this is one of my favorite poems that I wrote. It's called "What This Love Is." As I lie awake, thinking of your love for the 5th time tonight, I wonder if you think of my love as much as you do. See, my heart beats faster than even having tachycardia or a horse running freely over the winds, over the fields of a far valley. See, you have a way of making this smile come alive like the lovers dancing in the birth of the midnight, yearning for each other's touch. With every word you say, you set off a firework of joyful emotions that become atomic bomb at the end of every sentence. With you, each and every I love you sends my my heart on a roller coaster that's the only speed is Mach 5 and continuously rising by the milliseconds. Sometimes I can't help but have you wrapped so tightly around my finger, the slightest acupuncture will send you crashing into me harder than the high tide of a tsunami. But when you came to me, you were so fragile, I had to be extra careful not to be too loving too soon because this heart is so big that sometimes even I can't contain it. But my love, you've shown me that your heart is just as big, ready to love someone's heart as broken and as bruised as mine. With you, I found out what having a contagious smile is all about. With you, my heart has found a home that it never wants to truly leave, to the point where it wants to lock itself in and swallow its own key. See, you make the other women I ever came across seem like games compared to you. You are everything a woman dreams of becoming. You are a woman whose true and final form is the burning sun, and so whose only job is to shine on me and to teach me how to shine the way you do. But how is it that when you look at me, you see all the brokenness and beauty within my pieces of broken and still love it? How is it that when you look at my imperfections as even more beautiful? How is it that when you of all people took one look at me and said, "You are the one for me now and always"? See, this love is so precious that I'm afraid of making the slightest mistakes, but you still reassure me within those mistakes that everything will be okay within our love, even though that I'm just as scared as you are. You, I mean, you are just scared as you are of losing each other, but you still reassure me that we'll still be together. Even though it's only officially been 1 month since we realized these feelings for each other, it honestly feels like we've been through a lifetime of emotions and roller coasters and war that everyone's being around us, but somehow we still stand solid as this smoke begins to clear. But the best thing that sets her apart from me is that I may be her first, but I want to be her last. Within you, I found a lover, a twin flame, a partner, a forever, and most importantly, a future wife. Happy 1 month anniversary, Tiana Brooks. That's it.
Bring it on!
I mean, you
Huh.
won.
That was really cute.
I know.
I like that.
I mean, you won. Congrats. Shoot.
I was a little shy. But who else got one? Because, oh crap, I put myself on mute. What y'all
Anybody else
got?
want to go?
Gabby?
I got one last poem, and then do you want to close out or do you want to keep going?
I'll keep going.
Keep going.
Okay. All right. So this is it's just a poem. All right. The dreams used to come easily, used to flutter in through my ears like bees, stung me until I couldn't breathe from the possibilities. Isn't it funny how things change? How the dreams became a dime a dozen, cheapened or devalued completely by people who should have been paying me kindness it was impossible to cash out, impossible to give away. Took a toll on me and I had to pay too much. Now I don't have enough to be afforded the reality I dreamed of so desperately. It feels like lately the dreams haven't come to me, like they're just wisps of who they used to be. Like I'm a whisper of who I used to dream of. Like it's not enough anymore to just fall asleep. Like there's nothing that can inspire me to dream anymore. Am I a fool for faking it? Never quite making it. The dreams I dream do not become reality, only a gnarled mass of graves I have to pick through. have to dig through and unearth. The dreams become zombies, dizzy, ditzy, teeth gnashing at me, arms waving, hoping I notice them crawling after me. I don't chase dreams. They chase me now. Close their eyes, keep their hopes high for me now. Maybe if the dreams don't stop or slow down, they'll catch up to me somehow, and finally, my dreams will have reached me. Finally, my dreams will have. They will have. They will. And that's it.
That was good. I like that. That was dope. I ain't gonna cap. You put your heart on that.
All right. So, which one of you wants to go next?
She does.
Want to go, Ashley?
I'm still looking. I'm still looking for more.
Okay.
Oh wait, no.
Ashley, you're on mute.
Sorry. This is called Humpty Dumpty Speaks. So yeah. You said I was just an Eggman. You said I fell. You said that you tried to fix me again. But none of those things are true. See, first of all, I am Humpty Dumpty and I am no egg man. I am no man. I am no girl of adolescence. I am a girl of adolescence. Sorry. I can't read today. You said I fell, but I didn't. I was pushed off that wall that I thought I had belonged on because it was built for big dreamers and hopes and create for people who hope with creative minds, but I guess I was wrong. You see, none of your king's men actually tried to fix me. You simply looked at me and laughed and scoffed and walked off as I begged you to help put these pieces of my broken eggshell heart and my broken eggshell soul back together again. And then you told your twisted stories of how you were my hero that just couldn't go the distance, the little train that couldn't. But let me tell you, I know you were the trains that could have. The little train that could was you, and you didn't because you simply didn't want to. You didn't want to people to believe that individuality was something to be proud of. You didn't want someone as weird as us innocent little eggshell people to be unique and in the light. You wanted us to be casted into the shadows and called monster. You wanted me broken, and then you twisted my fairy tale to seem like a not so happy end. But guess what? I won't let that be mine. I'll let it be a sad beginning. I'll make a vow of everlasting love to myself this time. I'm going to be my own savior. I will give myself a happy ending. I will put myself together piece by piece. I will be cracked but whole, and I will be happy. Cracked pride now, whole with just a small chip, about to be glued right back on. I do not need you to fix what you broke in me. Piece by piece, I am going to fix my broken eggshell heart and my broken eggshell soul. I am broken, cracked pieces of eggshells that used to be whole, but even now I am still good. I am better than good. I am great. I have not yet lost my dignity. Even if my pride is shattered like a million pieces in front of me, I will not let you use me. I am too great to be on a silver platter for you at breakfast. I am so great that I am taking the glue from your hands and applying it to myself like sunscreen till I'm whole again. I thought I needed you to come fix me. Turns out I was wrong. And I'm ashamed of myself because I have just been another silent victim of this prejudice, this attempted murder left unreported because I thought if I told someone, I would be blamed anyway. So you decided to spread your lie-filled stories throughout the land about me before I could tell my truth. Taught young ones that they will never have a right to sit on that wall without you pushing them down, not helping them up when they fall. Well, I will not have it. I am ratting you out, setting the book straight. I do not need your help to be fixed. I've already started to mend the broken threads, heal the wounds planted deep. I am getting back on that wall with all the broken eggshell people you pushed down, and in the end, you will be the ones to fall. This time, not me.
The ending, though, that speaks volumes about Humpty Dumpty's character. So what would have been if he was still alive?
I like that line that you were like, it's a sad ending, but I'll just let it be a sad beginning. Like that was so good. Like that was
That
so
was
dope.
dope. I ain't gonna cap. That's dope.
I wrote this like last year, and I've just kind of like I was supposed to edit it a while back, but I forgot because that's what writers do. So
Yeah. But I have another one.
All right,
And
Drew.
this, I taught myself every time I come on this mic, and this is one of the times that I taught my own self from my own phone. So I don't think you have heard this one. I just found this randomly in my app that I have. It's called Journey, by the way. If anybody wants to download it, it's free. So I can't believe I'm advertising an app on here. It's like nobody involved. But this poem is called "I Need You to Remember." I need you to remember the child you once were because it misses you like a owner misses his dog for work. He doesn't think you'll ever come back. Remember when we were young and the innocence of a smile and how easy it was to wear it, and when we laughed, it had a way of giving light to the ones. Um, uh, dang it. Let me just read that part again. Remember when we were young, the innocence of a smile and how easier it was to wear it, how when we laughed, it had a way of giving light to the darkest of days. As a child, me and you had our definition of cuteness and the love it would bring, it would have to the how the world will come from every corner of every street to and the planes from to the air to seats, because we'll see it. Yeah, as a child, me and you once can't read today. God dang it. As a child, you and me had our definition of cuteness and how the world came to see from every corner of every to streets to planes to the air to see it because I think like any celebrity who's famous would want to see, want to be even no matter how at what cost. As a child, I became the world's solar panel. I would give life and love to those who needed it. But when the sun set, I would always be in the dark looking for someone like to be my Beyonce and to cater to me because I was deserving of so much more. As a child, I showed up in a form of a I was as a child love showed up in a form of a mother whose lights were my solar panels, but they would never go out when the world would try to crash them down like a rock slide. She would come and she would try to be my only rechargeable battery when I felt like dying. Not saying in any way that I'm suicidal, but I was the only thing what but I was the only one everyone but sometimes everyone needs to do some dying to themselves in order to grow like a butterfly, in order to be beautiful within as a mother, she was the one that cared for me as a child. And she, as a mother, she knew that I was small with too big of a heart to give to the world. So naturally, she did what any mother would do. She shielded me from the world. But she wasn't hiding me like Drake's kid was trying to do. She was protecting me because she knows that the world around us, it wasn't going to begin to understand the love that I had for it. So she took, so she took my heart, split it with mine, and made it into so that one of us so we could all be together and understand that we all love. We just have a way of making our lives easier. We just have a way of making it easier to live in. I wrote this to myself to let you know that the child is grown up now, to remember that who he once was before society got a hold of him, to remember what it was like to be young and free and still be a lover he was raised to be. But for now, he's still waiting patiently for someone to be his solar panel.
I adored that, especially when you said that child like he used to be, because like for me it's very hard to remember like certain parts of when I was like a kid, because it kind of all just blurred into like one jumble, I guess. And
I
so
wonder
it's
what.
just like, I really loved that line about like what you were before society was like, yo, no.
Yeah, I thought that line was dope too when I wrote it. But I want to write a part two to this kind of poem because I always want to, like I said, I always want to up myself in what I do. So, this poem is called. Well, this poem is called. It has a title, but it never. It's called "Where Did the Time Go?" I have a problem with this because, like, I don't want to just list things because, like, I have like a mind of like PBS kids and growing up with like um nostalgic cartoons Saturday mornings and waking up early, But I just don't want to make it as a list. But it's just so hard to write it. Any ideas on how you think I should write it?
I mean, what I do whenever I have like a list sort of thing is I'll name like I'll kind of put it into like a clever little pun in the first line and then elaborate on it and then I'll like move on to the next one because I have like this piece called Flout. Like it's literally just about flowers
Hmm.
and it's it just kind of like talks about different kinds of flowers and it's just like sunflowers are so amazing. They always face the sun, and when they can't find the sun, they will find each other. And I kind of elaborate on why I like that and why I like that. And then I have another one like, and then it goes to like morning glories and why I like them. And then it kind of goes to gladiolus flowers too. And it's just like that,
Hmm.
Or like this one, I have another one. It's just like, it's an actual list too. And it's just like, um a list for like a 7-step guide to tell if you're invisible, and it just kind of like shoves salt into a wound pretty much on each step. And
Any
so
ideas, Gabby? That was great, by the way. Gotcha.
So I would say, like figure out a main idea, like what you really want to say. Like you're saying, where did the time go? So you miss these things, right? So what do
Yeah.
you miss about them? Um,
This, well,
also
Saturday.
like, so for example, Hey Arnold is something that I used to watch.
Yeah, that was dope. I'm not gonna cap.
Right. So like you could say like, I miss passing Arnold on the street and saying what's up.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. I like that line.
Like something like that. You could make the characters like actually be in your life, like be,
Instead of just listing things, right?
yeah, they could be like people in your neighborhood or
That's perfect. I like that. So people are always in and out of this house. I live in a group home. So it's crazy.
it's just always crowded.
Yeah, you have no idea.
I
But
don't.
I'm gonna use that idea to have the characters be in my life. Even though there's a lot like I want to use, like Saturday cartoons and breakfast in the mornings. It's the same day. You know, I'm in it for the nostalgia time. So it's gonna be great. I like my poems to be long and great. But yeah, I'm gonna work on that probably today. But I'm gonna see what I can come up with. I'm gonna keep that line in mind that you told me, Gabby, to make sure I got it. I'm gonna see what I can come up with. But I never really wrote a poem like this before, so I'm gonna have to use my creative thinking or mind to get this done. But thank y'all for your help. But yeah, anybody have anything else?
I mean, I have like 2 poems. You guys can choose what you want to hear.
Okay,
One is called Icarus, and then the other is called Psyche.
I like Icarus. This
Mhm.
name sounds interesting to me.
Again, like the majority of my poems, you have to understand, they have nothing to do with like psychology. If it's named Psyche, it means it's like referring to the myth between Eros and Psyche. So it's just like all of my stuff is like that almost. But
Mm.
here's Icarus. So they think my crashing was an accident, but that was never true. I was warned not to fly too close to Apollo's bright chariot. On that day, very day, I could feel the wax dripping on my back as it melted the higher I flew. You all tell my tale as if it's some warning, some story for morale that you should follow your parents and you should never fly high and get to where you want to go. But that has never been my story. So I never wanted the life my father had for me back home. So when I flew close to Apollo's bright glare. I knew what I was doing with a smile. I wanted to know the warmth of the one who gifted the poets with such romanticized words to write on tragedy, and musicians such sweet melodies of melancholic pain. And as the last feather fell off my back, as the wax melted away, I laughed, and he laughed back. And with that, I felt the warmth of inspiration as I fell to my fate. I finally understood the price of the artist's talent is that they are the ones who get to touch the sun. And it is basic knowledge when you touch something with such with passion like a fire, you are bound to get burned. For what is permanent except for that which the broken, bruised, and cracked create?
Wow.
That was
Again,
amazing.
with the concepts, like
You just take consummate, just blow them out the water if possible.
I really do try. I really do.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to hear that.
all right, y'all. So it is 8:10. Y'all want to continue? Y'all want to?
Of course
Okay,
I
I
want
mean,
to continue.
sure. I got like one more. I don't mind like sharing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do the psych
More?
one.
Yeah.
So, okay. In case you didn't know, like the story of like Eros and Psyche is like Psyche was supposed to like be married to some monster because Aphrodite was jealous, but Eros took pity on her and married her instead. And like he wouldn't let her see him because mortals aren't supposed to see like gods, and so like she pretty much never got to like see him whenever they were together. So she like kind of had to deal with like loving someone in like complete darkness whenever he was around. But so that's what I took that and I was like, let me try it. So here it is. When the people you love keep you in the dark, you learn to love with the lights out. You learn to see as if night was day, and it becomes ever so difficult for yourself to finally let the midnight oil burn. In fear the flames will glow. The flames glow will give you a headache, but I promise you, once you let the light in, even Cupid won't be able to convince you to go back into the darkness you never should have had to stumble through to be wholeheartedly you.
That's short, but
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot this. That was dope. I like that. Really shows character. But I have another one if y'all want to hear it. Of course, I have another one. I have too
You
many.
always
If
got
you have.
another one.
Hey, I'm a man of culture. But I know you've heard this one, Gabby. But I mean, Ashley. But Gabby hasn't heard this one, so I'm gonna do this one for her. And it's called The Phoenix. The Phoenix. There comes a time in everyone's life, like me, where they're like me. They're tired of holding on to everything that's around them that becomes darker than the midnight sky. And when being lost inside ourselves, we all ask ourselves the question, why continue? Because what some people don't realize is that it's easier to give up than it is to hold on to the scariness of the uncertainty of life that surrounds us, so right? But there's someone that deals with more uncertainty than anyone, and that is the Phoenix. The Phoenix lives its whole life knowing that it's gonna die, that's gonna face the inevitable, that it's gonna die in 3,000 years. But some of you, like me, are thinking 3,000 years is a long time. But you can't say the same for a cancer patient who's struggling to live every day. But like the sun and the moon that continues, they both continue to rise up every day, no matter what goes on in anyone's life. So why can't we be like the days that come past us and continue to rise as we fall? I find the answer to be that simple because we are so afraid to try because we don't know if it will make a difference in our lives. But I'm here to tell you that everything will be okay. Even though it seems that all hope is lost, don't give up because if you do, everything will be in vain. So rise up like the sun and shine again and again and again. Through it all, you will see the strongest people, the types of people are the ones that don't give up. But we all know it's that it's easier said than done. So this is what you should do the next time you get kicked down. Look toward the sky. I mean, this is something my mother told me all the time, by the way. Look toward the sky, say a little prayer, and you continue to go on with all the ambitions of a raging fireball. Run if you have to, because without ambitious mindset, you will never achieve what you want in life. So keep going and don't look back because you have to believe in something that everything will be okay. And I have one more, but I want to hear comments about this first one. Gabby, what do you think?
I thought it was really beautiful.
I know I cried too, but I was really good.
I love how you like use the phoenix to like symbolize all that too, because me and my mythology and shiz. I love
I know
that.
you just love your little mythology, Harry Potter stuff.
I don't actually like Harry Potter. I am a demigod, not a wizard. Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sorry.
Percy Jackson, huh?
Forever and
Excuse me.
always.
She put me in check.
She said. That's funny. That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry,
I like
I just
that.
my books. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm not offended at all. Speak the truth, girl. I got you. So stupid.
Fair enough.
But I got one more, then I think
You
I'm done.
Okay.
I know you've heard this one again, Ashley, but I'm gonna say it again. Inside the mind of an overthinker. Growing up as a child, I was always a very quiet child, and I've always wondered why. But that I'm much older, I think I have the answer to it, and that it's this. I live in my own head more than I sleep in my own bed. Understanding why I think more than I talk is like me trying to fully understand the vast world that continuously swirls around me, or trying to understand what it's like to truly be free. See, my mind is always going like my mind is always going like a generator, and like a generator that powers a whole house. It is very powerful, but not smart enough to solve the difficulties of becoming a better man than I am trying to become. Like attempting to put on a like attempting to put a thread through a needle. I struggle to understand how to keep my mind at ease when all the thoughts are louder than yelling through a megaphone while in the middle of a war zone. Sometimes I feel like it's me against my mind, and we all are both playing a deadly game of Russian roulette. And every time we spin the chamber, it adds another bullet to the pistol. Then at the same time, I can't get my mind to shut up because it's like it's my mind is overpopulated with five other voices, and they're always telling me when or not to do something. But the problem arises when they don't understand what I don't want to do, what I want to do. And 99% of the time, I don't know. My life is very contradicting to make the right and wrong choices, but yet it feels like the wrong, but still it feels like the wrong thing to do. So I asked you, do you understand the mind of an overthinker? Because I do, but I think I do. I think that's it.
I really like that.
Of course you do.
I mean, I love everything you guys do. So I mean,
Of
like,
course. Uh,
I love creative minds.
Ashley, Captain, what do you think?
I thought it was relatable content, you know? Sometimes we just tend to overthink things and we can't shut our brains off, and it sucks, but it happens.
Okay, by the way, I was meaning to ask y'all this, but especially Ashley because she's a poet. She has a lot of stuff like I do. I'm running out of stuff to write, so I need more.
I am in a creative writing class and I'm still doing that. Honestly, I can't help you in that situation. Like,
So, like, if anything, like, what do you want to hear next? Like, I'm like a trailer to a movie. Like, I don't coming theaters to 2021.
I mean, I really just be over here going on like Pinterest and stuff like that, trying to like see other people's work. Cause sometimes I'll see like a line or a phrase and I'm like, what if I wrote a poem around that? And that really helps me when I'm in my like stuck. Cause then I'm like, okay, I see what I've written. And then I'll find the line that I've written and I'm like, you know, I really like that. And I'll go with it. And so it just,
Yeah,
My advice,
Gabby, what do you think?
my advice to you is to read everything that you can. Watch YouTube videos if you can. Also tune into our workshops that we have, because that's what they're for, to help you guys.
When are they gonna start again? We haven't had one in a while.
No, we have them every week, Monday, Wednesdays, Thursdays.
We do?
Yep.
I don't see that. I don't
I
even
highly
see the live.
recommend you follow Button Poetry on YouTube though. Subscribe, not follow, obviously. But like they have some great poets there. And like they're almost always like updating.
Oh, so they have a YouTube? Oh, I didn't know that.
Button Poetry, yeah.
I did not know that. Oh, Button Poetry. Oh, I'm thinking of Blue Apple Poetry.
Well, we have the JTF Foundation YouTube, which has some of the poets videos up.
Mhm.
So if you want to go and watch those, you can. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all the time I have for today. I gotta do something important with my girl. But I'll see y'all later, and I hope y'all have a good day. Ashley, I hope you find something new to write, and Gabby, I hope that inspiration comes to you more often than it does anymore. Because right now I'm running out of stuff to write.
Listen, I'm just telling you, read.
I gotta start reading.
Get your hands on.
The funny thing is, I read, but it's like when I have time, which is never.
Right.
So I have to get back to reading, and it's like I used to get all these books from poets and stuff, and I'm like,
the best thing you can do is go on like the library, the Broward County like library, and like get one of their audio books, because then you don't really have to look at the words, but you can still like listen while you do your work.
Oh yeah, that's also good. But I gotta go. I love y'all, and
love y'all too. I'm gonna leave.
Drop the mic.
All right, I guess that concludes this voice box.
Poet, did you have a poem you wanted to share?
Oh crap, we missed one.
Who did you say?
Did you have a poem you wanted to share?
No, not at this time.
Go get him next time, Tiger. Don't worry.
Go get him next time, Tiger. No, I just jumped on from a debate meeting. I didn't pull a poem out yet.
All good.
But next time I will, because I know you're gonna call me out next time too.
Sorry, I was having a hard time getting the link to go through.
Oh no,
that's
you're
why.
good.
Cause I've been trying to get on here since 6:30. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I just recently yesterday did the update, and my phone's just like acting a fool right now. I can't even figure out half the stuff, and I don't even know.
Oh, by the way, Ashley, my girl wants to know how do you put a background in your Zoom?
Oh, you just go to where it has the little stop or start video, and when you see the upward arrow, you click it. You click choose virtual background, and then it'll show you like it'll show you the little screen that it gives you. And then when you get there where it says virtual backgrounds and video filters, click on virtual backgrounds and click the little add icon like right above the little box, and you can choose whatever picture you want.
I'm gonna keep that in mind. I'm gonna let my girl know right now. But thank you. I gotta go, and y'all keep it easy.
Have fun, stay safe. Love you
Of
all.
course.
Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Bye.
For
Thank
joining
you.
us. All right, we're good to go, Sean.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, I can stop yeah. Oh shoot, wrong computer.